Today I'm going to take you through the steps involved in expanding the capacity of a fuel tank on a Kawasaki ER6, a 600 twin cylinder. It's a race bike that a chap called Brian Allen uses, and he's going to the Isle of Man to race in the Manx TT. The picture here is of the standard bike before I've done anything to it, and the first thing I started off doing was getting the rider on the bike to take some pictures of him, as you can see here, just to find out where his arms and legs were going to be sitting, because clearly there's certain areas that I couldn't just expand it on. One of the biggest problems is the air filter box you see in this picture. It's quite a size and encroaches right into the bottom of the tank, and there was nothing I could do to remove that. So I started off doing some cardboard templates just to get a sort of rough idea of where it was possible to expand the tank and where I wouldn't be able to go to increase the capacity. First incision, it was the front of the tank, lifting it up to the same height as the tank filler. I then cut some sections out of the side of the tank and made up some cardboard templates just to get a basic shape, and then cut some steel sheet and added them to it. It was much a sort of try and see how things fitted as I went along. There was no real set design in my head apart from to get the capacity from 15.5 litres to 24 litres. Again, this was so that he could get around the Manx TT, the 4 laps, without having to stop to refuel. The time that would save him would be enormous, to say the least. As you can see here, I've cut away quite a large section at the front as well as the bits at the rear, and it's starting to take a bit of a shape. Well, maybe not so in this photograph, but in the next one you'll see where I've started to plate it up. You'll see the difference in this picture, how much it's been increased on the one side compared to the other side, and the other side basically is a replica. It's not identical because I wasn't caring about looks in this one, it was more about the capacity. Didn't get enough capacity with the first section. When I checked it, it was only about 20 litres, which meant I had to cut into the back and go underneath the seat unit. This was a bit of a nightmare. It meant I had to keep putting the seat unit on and off with a cardboard template and then the steel template to make sure that the seat unit wasn't actually sitting on the tank, which could possibly crack it or at the minimum rub through it. The section you can see cut out of the side here was because he felt his knee was, when we tried him on the bike, was going to be clipping that. There were also a couple of baffles included into the sides, and I'm going to put one across the front here just to stop the surge of petrol when he's banked over and under braking. You can see the wee sections have been plated off for his knees so that they would clear that there. Again, we've checked the capacity here and we're still not getting what we need. We're about 1.5 litres short at this point in time, so I decided that there was only really one other place we could go, and I sort of nicknamed these parts at the time as the wing tanks on the bike. It again was hopefully going to give me the 24 litres, which was the maximum allowed, but we really felt the bike would need virtually 24 to the drop. So as you can see here, I've had to cut away in at the base. You can see the air filter under there, and this is a photo showing you it all plated up. And these are some photos of it just sort of sitting on the ground. We also removed the mounting points in the tank. As you can see, the brackets just off of the side near where the section was underneath the seats. This was the best place to mount that, because the rear mounting section was taken away when I extended the tank. It's quite a strange looking shape, to say the least, but as I say, this wasn't a thing of beauty. This was simply to get capacity out of it. It's turned out not bad when it's been painted up, but I was actually surprised just how well it turned out when it has been painted. And again, these are just some photos showing you it from all the various angles, just to give you an idea of what the tank looked like. I have no idea really what sort of shape it was like, what shape I would describe it as, but it was certainly a lot of work went into it, something like 60 hours. And finally we get a shot here, seen him taking off from the line at the Manx. In this photo we can see him going through Parliament Square, and here we can see him again on one of the bends. He's kindly put my logo on the outside there, which you can see in this picture with the choppers. And this is sponsors, main sponsors of them, Cairngorm Hotel. So if you're ever up there, pop in for a visit. And just a wee short video at the end with the actual bike on the tank, just to let you see what it's like. Well, there's not much else to say, apart from it was a nightmare. If I probably had to do it again, I would just start from scratch and cut the whole top of the tank off and make it in one sheet, rather than all the welding that was involved in all these individual sections. Must admit, there wasn't that many that I had to repair wee leaks in. There was only a few wee pinholes in it, so I was quite chuffed about that. But yep, certainly a labour of love, and good luck to him in future racing. Hopefully he'll do as well as he's done in the past.